Welcome back. Zambia has been one of Southern Africa's most stable economies thanks to its copper reserves, but it relied heavily on the metal and was encouraged to diversify. Now, thanks to its thriving agriculture sector, Zambia is tipped as one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. Challenges remain in the still crucial mining sector, though.
Agriculture and mining, the backbone of Zambia's economy. Indeed, the two sectors are often crucial to a country's industrialization. Lusaka plans to establish multi-sector zones to focus on entrepreneurship in the country. The zones will be geared towards training, marketing and packaging innovations from Zambians. The sector contributes 35% to the country's $4.5 billion GDP. Expanding small-scale farming and developing new commercial farms are also crucial for the sector's growth. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Earlier this month, Zambia hosted an Agritech Expo. There, governments encouraged small-scale farmers to join groups that would fall under the multi-sector zones. The combination of technology and farming has the potential to produce a host of new innovations. Zambia still has some work to do when it comes to mining, though. It contributes 32% of the country's tax revenue, and it's valued at $7.5 billion. But soaring operational costs due to a rise of utilities have been eating away at profits. Zambia will be hosting its Mining Trade Expo next week to address some of these challenges.
Well, these summits are clearly geared to get experts together to try and come up with ways to boost the economy. Earlier, my colleague Simphiwe Ngongwane spoke to the events directors of both the Agritech and Mining Trade Expos. Beckett spoke to us from our Cape Town studios, while Nicole Smith spoke to us on the line from Lusaka. Liam started the interview by speaking about Zambia's economic growth.
The Agritech Expo was effectively put together as a business-to-business and business-to-government event. Effectively, we tried to bring key stakeholders, thought leaders, industry leaders and king buyers together into one arena so that we can discuss some of the key issues in the region, the solutions to those issues and also new projects that have been launched in the country. Now, the event was a joint venture between Spintelligent, the ZNFU, the Gart Research Farm and also Musika. Now, in conjunction with that, what we also looked to achieve was empowering a more skilled workforce in Zambia, to also boost international investment in the country and to boost food sustainability. Now, effectively, when we increase Zambia's GDP through these kind of events, it increases more international and private sector investment. Now, Zambia is known in the industry as Africa's breadbasket and has the ability to feed itself, but also the entire African continent for years to come, if we can just get the right investment in there and maybe modify and improve some of the policies that are in place that are restricting some development.
Can you tell us a bit more about these multi-sector zones and how the various sectors will work together?
Yeah, absolutely. There are various sectors in Zambia that contribute towards the production of food sustainable food types such as maize and wheat and soya beans. Now, each industry sector needs to work hand in hand with the other one in order to make this a realisation. Now, that can come from between the seed producers to the irrigation companies to the machinery suppliers and operators. Effectively, everybody needs to work together to empower the small-scale and emerging farmers so that they can become commercialised and mechanised.
All right, Liam, thanks indeed for joining us. Now, moving on to you, Nicole, in Zambia. What are the main goals for next week's Mining Expo?
Well, the Copperbelt Mining Trade Expo and Conference kicks off next week in Zambia, 28th and 29th of April at the Mist Garden venue. And it's the professional attendance event for anyone in the mining sector. It's an expo and conference addressing all issues across the mining value chain. As you know, mining is, a key industry sector. It generates a lot of revenue. It attracts a lot of foreign direct investment for Zambia, and it is a sector that is growing. The expectation is that output for copper mining particularly is going to increase in the coming years. So this event in Kitwe next week, at the heart of Zambia's copper mining operations, is really coming at a good time, because it's going to bring all the stakeholders together and all the suppliers and service providers to the industry to look at how does one maximize the resources that Zambia has, both the natural resources and the human resources, in order to create a future for the Zambian mining sector. So that's really what the CBM-TEC event is all about, really getting connectivity here at the heart of Zambia's mining operations.
But it appears that there's the possibility of a crossover here. Could these multi-sector zones be used to boost mining in the country, let's say in developing technology to reduce power usage, for instance?
Well, one of the things that we're looking at the CBM-TEC conference is, the way that the mining industry can actually stimulate other sectors in the development of Zambia's economy. So it's not only about mining and extraction per se, but it's looking at how to encourage SME development in the country, the spin-offs, if you like, of the mining industry itself. So looking at how local Zambian industry can benefit from mining industry by offering services and products, looking at where we can get Zambian manufacturing in to also benefit from the industry and from the growth of the industry.